Nike's on-air campaign was an absolute dream for sneakerheads. Let's take a look at the Air Max 98 designed by a New Yorker. What's going on, guys? You're watching Sneaker News on YouTube, and today we're taking a closer look at the Air Max 98 La Mezcla. So this is from the on-air collection. Before we get into all that, just do us a quick favor, hit that subscribe button, and at the end, if you like the video, just give us a thumbs up. Like we started off the video, this is from the on-air collection. Basically what Nike Sportswear did, they held a design competition in 6 cities. That's New York City, London, Paris, Tokyo, Shanghai, and Seoul, South Korea. Basically, anyone who wanted to enter could, and the task was to pick an Air Max shoe, create a design inspired by the city, and from there, Nike chose 3 of the best concepts from each city, and the public actually voted for the best one per city. That's a total of 18 chosen by Nike, 6 total voted by the public, and this one right here represents New York City, and it's designed by a very creative young lady named Gabrielle Serrano. She is a born and bred New Yorker. She's a street photographer, die-hard sneakerhead, and she got the opportunity to design a shoe with Nike. As you guys know, the entire on-air collection was first revealed back in July of 2018, and finally on April the 13th, the on-air collection will finally hit stores. So we have our hands on the Air Max 98 La Mezcla. We're gonna cover all the obvious and the hidden details. We'll talk a little bit about Gabrielle because we did spend some time with her in an interview. We'll let you know about maybe resale prices and just the overall reception to this on-air thing. It's not a surprise that this was the winning design because at the time of the whole voting, the Air Max 98 was really popular. In 2018, Nike brought out the Air Max 98 for the first time in a very long time, and it was probably the most hyped Air Max shoe of the year. That energy has definitely died down a little bit. Great shoe, but it just doesn't really have that nostalgic energy that a 97 or even like a 95 really has, to be honest. This is a great design, and it's inspired by her take on New York City, her personal life, her career, her work. So we'll start with the mud guard. It's a very crackled paint material. It's supposed to represent the concrete, and if you've ever been to New York City, all the streets are lined with concrete. It also speaks to like the toughness and the grit of the city, and not only of the landscape, but the toughness that is required to even really, make it in the Big Apples. Nice little detail there. It's topped with a nice, really soft gray mesh, again, kind of extending that whole concrete gray look. Perhaps the most eye-catching detail is this gradient. It goes from like a black to a dark brown to a tan to a very light beige, and that's inspired by the diversity of New York City. It's probably the most diverse area in the entire world. And Gabrielle is actually a street photographer, and one of her favorite photos that she's ever took is basically like a color gradient. So it's kind of like a nice art piece that again displays just the diversity in like the ethnic groups in the cities. She applied that photo to the upper gradient of her design. It wraps around the entire shoe. Again, the gradient effect is attractive as is, but the fact that it kind of has that backstory is a nice little touch. The blue and the green tones, speaks to the global aspect of the whole on-air competition. Even the insoles are just like a mock-up of the world map. Even on the tongue, you have the nautical symbol from a compass, pretty much. A nice little hit on the tongue. And if we wrap it around, this is the coordinates of New York City. We've seen the coordinates details in a lot of Nike footwear, so again, that's a pretty neat little touch. We got a translucent outsole with that same blue and green hit on the little jewel piece. And if you look on the Air Max unit, it's just a full blue. Another nice personal touch is inside the tongue. There's a little autograph from Queen Leo, which is Gabrielle's nickname. So again, nice little personal touch there. You have the Air, which is the original detail of the 98, but on the left shoe, she calls out NYC. Like we said, the on-air competition encouraged creatives and designers, or even just sneakerheads, to come through, work closely with Nike designers through sessions that were available through reservation only. Definitely one of the coolest activations that Nike has ever done, especially considering how Air Max Day started as just a simple sneaker release with a date on the tongue to global events in which the fans who make Air Max what it is get to design shoes. As you guys already know, Air Max Day is no longer just one day. It's no longer just March 26th. It's pretty much extended throughout March. But really, if you're really an Air Max fan, you celebrate Air Max Day almost every day. We love Air Max. And the retail price is $200, but the resale price has already gone up, and we anticipate, you know, the aftermarket prices for most of these to kind of be above retail. So we actually did get to interview Gabrielle below. You just hit that link, and if you want to read a little bit more about what she had to say, good luck copping these on April the 13th for 200 bucks. They're going to be available on Sneakers and at select retailers. We're going to have all that information for you below. And of course, if you like this video, just do us a quick favor, hit that thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you want to continue seeing more unboxings. And we'll catch you on the next one.